weddings, and I'm here with my friend Karina today. Karina and I met because we worked together on one of my favorite weddings last year, and I knew I wanted to have her here to give me some of her wisdom nuggets. So, Karina, can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure, thanks so much for having me. Hey everyone, my name is Karina Puente and I am the owner of a woman-run business called Karina Puente Art Studios. We specialize in large-scale hand-cut art installations for events, weddings, cultural centers, and museums, and now home windows.
I'm so excited. So, when she says hand cut, she made this gigantic installation. You said it was 20 feet by 20 feet?
Yep, it was 20 feet tall by 20 feet wide as ceremony artwork for a wedding that Praise was photographing, and that's where I met her because she was so beautiful. I had to know who this woman was.
You know, heart connections. This is how it happens. But we have a mini version of that kind of behind us here too. And so this is more of your like window treatment at
Yeah.
home line, right?
This is the piece that lives in my studio, my art studio, and it inspires me all the time. And it's inspired my new interior line called Window Works, artwork for home windows.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And this is inspired by your cultural heritage, is that right?
Yes. So my work is anchored in the traditional Mexican folk art called papel picado, and I contemporize this tradition in my use of scale and how it's made and shared. Traditionally, the artwork is cut with a mallet and a hammer. I use knives, and so I really rely on my background in drawing and painting as a technical artist to cut flora, fauna, seeds, flowers, pollinators, and anything that a client and I can dream up.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so, one of the biggest ways someone can have an ethical wedding is to work with a local business, is that right? And so, but what is the difference between like buying decor that I can get easy and cheap on Amazon Prime versus working with someone that's a local artist like you?
Right. Well, the reason why I make artwork is because it's a heart-centered practice for me, and honestly, I make it to just blow my own mind every day. I want to know how I can make artwork that blows my own mind in a collaboration with someone who wants artwork for her one of her most special and important days. So when I can bring everything that is my art practice, my creative practice, to the table for a client, that's very meaningful, and a very special connection happens in that moment of when that artwork is shared with loved ones.
I love that. We were trying to make that connection of a wedding is such a heartfelt day.
It's so important.
So important. And so the people you bring on, what you implement into that day should be heartfelt too. So hiring a heart-driven artist like you, it just makes sense, right?
It makes sense, and it's an absolute joy. So I enter the creation of my work from a place of feeling really good, aligned, my team is well fed. Just everything is satisfying in the moment where we step into the studio to create the artwork. Because I believe that in that space of creating, that feeling is transmitted through the work. It's held inside of the cloth and inside of the paper, inside of the tradition, and then that's what's felt on the wedding day or on the day that you give the gift. And that's why artwork is so important and special, because it holds that spark.
I love that. And I would even argue, even when you look at the video and at the photos after too, because I know when I look at the photos of our collaboration together, it just still feels really good.
Okay, my favorite photo is when you photographed me looking at our mutual wonderful client that we love. When she was looking at the artwork for the first time, Praise photographed me looking at her, and then I photographed Praise because we had to capture this moment of when she saw the work for the first time. It was so beautiful, and that's really like an effective translation of what I aim to do.
We're gonna put that on the blog itself because that is so meta. It's like a picture of me taking a picture of someone giving a gift to someone else. So much art involved, so many layers. Most brides, I would say, only do this wedding planning thing once, and so if they really want to create something custom for their wedding day, what are some like key questions that they can ask because they've never done this before? What is the best way to work with someone like you?
So, two types of clients come my way. One is a woman who's familiar with my work and has followed my creative journey since I was a young artist. And another person is coming through who just needs to be guided on how to make a dynamic design statement for her ceremony or for her reception. So, from those two places, my invitation is for you or for the client to gather inspiration images of what she's drawn to. So that inspiration board is really important to bring to the table, and to email, to send it through so that I can see where her sensibilities lie, like what's her style, and then how do I take that vision of something that she's already seen and customize it for her special day in a way that she's never seen before. And that's where that expanded co-creation really happens, and that's what lights me up.
I really love that. Yeah, being able to like share your vision with your planner, with your designers too. So you can even bring images. You're like, I don't know how to put this into words, but I like this picture.
I like this. I like these colors. I like this drapery. I like whatever it is that you appreciate and value. And I know that it's so fun to put a collection of images like that together for this style board or inspiration board, and bring that to the table so then I can help as a visionary, take that further.
I love that. Okay, so that's one key thing to do is like bring what you're visualizing. Is there another key question that they could ask that would really help the process?
A client can come to me and ask, what do you need from me to present the vision or to present an estimate or to prepare something that I can see a digital rendering? And what I generally need are pieces of information like venue, the size of the work that you're looking for. Is it a complete ceremony artwork installation? Is it a photo moment? So just having a discovery call is sometimes helpful, where I can find out the scale of what you're looking for.
Right, because do we need something that can fit on your wall, or do we need a 20-foot by 20-foot thing? They're very different things.
Like a 40-foot long ballroom installation.
Okay, that is wonderful. I think that is really helpful for people who want to make an impact with their wedding day. Hiring a local artist and really sharing your vision with them has a ripple effect, because we know that you also hire other minorities, other women too, so the positive impact on your community is unimaginable.
Right, so when a client's working with me, it's also my team. And my team is composed of other professional women artists and other people of color who are coming together and putting their hands on this work, and other designers and also other visionaries across the board, across the spectrum. So when a client works with me, I'm able to then hire out and keep that effect going.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, how can all these people find you on the interwebs? What is your website? How do we find you on Instagram?
Sure. So my name is Karina Puente, and please, I invite you to come follow along my journey on Instagram. My handle is Karina Puente Arts, and my website is karinapuentearts.com.
Oh, excellent. And she actually came up with 4 other questions that you can ask, so a total of 5 questions you can ask an artist as you create custom work for your wedding. So we'll put that all on the blog along with the pictures that we've
of our favorite collaboration.
Yes, so you can see that all together. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Praise. I adore you, and your work and your photography is next level. So thank you, everyone.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Bye.